Hi guys, GloryHunter back with another pickups video, obviously. One that's been in the making for a little while. First stack of this game I had before Arcade Club, and then another stack just after Arcade Club, and then the rest of them in the last kind of couple of weeks or so, here and there. Bit of a mixture of consoles and games, as usual, from different places. A lot of stuff from Game, the older last gen stuff that's obviously still on half price, and then a few CX pickups, charity shops pickups, and yeah, just general bits and bobs. But before we get on to the pickups, just want to say a massive thanks to everybody who's subscribed, liked, and commented on my videos. We've hit now over 500 subs, which to me is just absolutely amazing. I was surprised when I hit my first 100, and now to get the 500 to me personally is a great milestone. So much appreciation and thanks to everybody for that. Let's see if we can get to that 1,000 now. But yeah, massive thanks. So hope everyone's well. We've probably had, we would have had Doncaster by the time this video goes up. So hopefully there'll be a Doncaster video coming next week. Like I said, this has just been in the making for the last couple of months or so. Just had stuff piling up, and every time I think I'll go and make a video, something's come up or whatever, and then I've added more to it, and yeah, it's just built up. So a bit to go through. Try and remember where I got it from and whatever. I always keep stickers on to remember prices now because I always forget. But anyway, shall we enough rabble and get on with some pickups? So like I say, this first batch was way before Arcade Club, but I only had a handful of stuff, so I didn't obviously make a video then. So these, let me just double check. Yeah, these are all from Game. Now the games I went to, not all from the same game. I've been to at least probably 5 different games to get most of this stock, but all these I think were from the same game. So first off, we've got a DS game, another DS in the collection, up at £3, so got it for £1.50. Brothers in Arms DS. So I don't mind Brothers in Arms games. I've not tried it yet, so I don't know what it's like. But it is all there, all complete, as usual. So another DS game. Then we have another Wii U game, because obviously we're now collecting for that. This is up at $22.99, so obviously got this half price as well. It's a Sonic game, Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. And obviously, it's a weird kind of card in there. But yeah, all there. Loads of paperwork and whatever in there as well. I'll come to that one last because there's a bit of a story about that one. Getting the Transformer games at the minute as well. Got a few, probably most of them now, but including the ones we've got now. So up at a tenner, so for a £5 we've got Transformers War for Cybertron. I've not played this one yet. So we'll give them a go. They can be quite fun, changing in and out of vehicle mode and transforming, having a fight and all that kind of stuff. And another one I've not played yet. I think I've only played 2 of the Transformer games. The actual one from the movie, I think it's just called the movie game. And there's another one, I can't remember which one it was though. But this is Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. This was up at 8, so got it for 4. So there's no manual in this one, but apparently this one doesn't come with a manual. Let me know if I'm wrong, because the insert has got bits on it. Apparently they don't come with manuals. But I will keep an eye out and check a few as I come across them, just in case. Then the last one we got from this trip, like I said, a bit of a story. This game still holds a relatively good price. It was up at $17.99, so got it for half of that. Now, picked up the case. Obviously it is Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. However, when he put it in, he's given me the manual and disc for Pac-Man the Ghostly Adventures 2. If my focus will let you see that. So there. Manual and disc for number 2, case for number 1. Now, obviously, if number 2 was the case was there, I would have picked that up as well. It wasn't. So obviously, someone had either bought that and they've been given disc number 1, or it's been traded in this way and they've just not noticed. Obviously I was going to take it back, but because it holds quite a nice price, and I got it for so cheap. I'm just going to keep it. I'll try and get a case for the second one, and try and get the disc and manual for the first one somehow. I don't know. But I'll keep hold of that for now. I've probably got the better game in the end anyway. Who knows? Then a random pickup actually. This actually wasn't my pickup. The missus picked this up for me. She came across it. Now I've seen a few people, Lewis included, he put on his video a little while back, but a few people on Facebook groups and whatever have been finding stuff in Tesco's that have been reduced from hardware to games, all that kind of stuff. Now there's a Tesco over the road from where I work, and pretty much most days I get to work quite early. I'll nip over, have a quick browse, see if there's anything. I never find anything. I've still never found anything. However, the missus went over to pick some up for dinner or whatever, quickly randomly popped in, and came across this. It was the only copy. There wasn't multiple copies or anything, otherwise she said she'd have picked up more. It was the one copy, so I will be keeping this for the collection, even though it just trade in for more, just to have. And I kind of mentioned it in my last video, but it's LA Noire on the Xbox One. It comes with all the DLC and everything with it as well, so it's fully complete. It says it was $750, now $562, so it's been reduced down. A game that I've barely started. I played it quickly on the Xbox 360, just kind of the intro mission and that kind of stuff. But yeah, fully upgraded, obviously UHD, HDR, 4K, Xbox One in it, blah blah blah. All that, but it's got all the DLC as well, including, says obviously the original game, all download content, plus new collectibles and detective suits to unlock. So, jumping on that soonish and giving that a go at some point. Then, okay, yeah, so we have these. So, I found these again in games, some I picked up, and just picked up a few more to try and get. Just try and see how many. Did I pick up 3? Yes, I picked up 3. The Mighty Number 9 on the PS4 that I picked up. I don't even remember a few videos back. Picked it up. It should have had an art book because I bought it new. It didn't have the art book in there, and the poster was ripped and all that kind of stuff. Plus, it traded in for more than what I bought it for, but I only found 1 copy, so obviously I had that in the collection. Now, going to all these other games, I found some more. Found 3 more. They've all been traded in, but I've took out all the extra bits. So, the first one I bought from one game, again, only had the poster in, and this was also ripped and torn to bits. But I don't know why I've took it out. I took it out anyway. Then, the second one I came across did have the art book. Yay! So, we now have the art book to go in the collection, as well as the code for all that extra bits that I realised mine was missing. I thought it was on the disc, but it wasn't. Apparently it comes as a code, so now I have the code for that as well. And obviously another poster, but this too is kind of trashed. I don't know if you'll be able to see properly, but it's all kind of worn around the edges and what have you. Just not good condition for saying it's supposed to be new. So there's that one. Then the last one. Finally, we found one more, and this one was pristine. So we have a nice, pristine, flat, uncreased, undamaged poster. Another code. So I could probably give one of them away. And the art of Mighty Number 9 art book. So now 2 art books. This one's actually really good condition. So that will be going into my game, making that complete. And we have a few extra bits. So if anyone bought one and didn't get their bits as well, I've got a couple of extras now, although the posters, again, are not in great condition. But we have them. Let's put them over there. So, what else did we get? We have a CX pickup, real quick. Not been finding that much in the CXs around me lately. But this is another DS game. One of my kind of favourite games back in the day, playing it on the old Atari ST. It is Rainbow Islands Revolution on the DS. This was up at £4, so obviously used a bit of our credit on that. Got quite a bit of credit building up, like I say, it's not been buying much from there, but trade and load in. All there, all complete. So I'll definitely give that a go. This one you can use the stylus to draw your rainbows, so your rainbows don't necessarily go in the arc shape, you can have them going kind of straight and hit enemies and that kind of thing and make bridges. So yeah, we'll give that a go. Then we got these were from, I think, all the same game. I think these are all from the same game, more of a local game to me. Biggest stack of games. This was just after Arcade Club, I think. So first one, another DS game, is Ghostbusters video game, up at $12.99, so got that for half the price. And this one is kind of set to the same as the other Ghostbusters games, because it's on the DS. It's got more of a kind of cartoony look to it, like the actual Ghostbusters themselves. Don't know if you'll be able to see properly. Let's risk some blur. But yeah, we've got quite a bit of glow as well, haven't we? So I don't know if you can see that. A bit more cartoony style to this one. And also says you get to drive the Ecto-1 car to your mission, so that'll be interesting. All complete. Then, just because it was 99p, so we got this for 50p. I wanted some more games to use with my PlayStation kind of camera and the Move on the PS3. So I found this, like I say, 50p, thought I'd pick it up. It's Kung Fu Rider, and I think just because it had Kung Fu in the title, we picked that up as well. So a game I can actually now play with that kind of Move and camera. Oh, device, dropped my game as well. Yeah, so I don't know, we'll give it a go. Then the only game I think here which was bought new, not kind of pre-owned, a series really, really love and been getting into on various consoles, been picking them up for the PS3 now as well, is the Darksiders game. So this is Darksiders 3, obviously when it came out it was 50 quid, knocked it down to 30, so we picked this up, and this just a phenomenal game. Obviously there's no manual because we don't get manuals anymore. But yeah, brief chat on the Darksiders. So the first Darksiders game, you basically play as the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. And the first game is based around war. And it's a third-person kind of action-adventure game where you get abilities to progress through different areas. You can go back to old areas using abilities that you've acquired later on to find items, upgrades, that kind of stuff. And the basic premise is war's gone down to Earth to start the apocalypse because he thought he got the call to, but it turns out he hadn't. So he's been set on trial for making the apocalypse come too soon, basically. Heaven and hell's fighting on Earth and destroying humans and all that kind of stuff. And eventually you get to clear your name and go back to Earth and find out basically what's gone wrong. Then you got the second Darksiders game, which you control Death, and each game, although they're similar, it's the same kind of play style, they're also a different style of game, if that makes sense. So the second game plays more like an RPG, and you're picking up items and equipment to equip on your character, which has better stats and that kind of stuff as you move along. And then the third game is actually kind of set like a Dark Souls game, so obviously collecting your souls by destroying enemies, but if you die, your souls will stay where you died. All the enemies will respawn and come back, and then you have to fight your way back. It's not as hard as the Darksiders game. Dark Souls game, it's obviously plays more like a Darksiders game. It's just kind of hard to explain. It just has similarities in that kind of play style to it. But yeah, great series of games. So in the third one, you play as Fury, who's a woman. And the last one, I believe, we've got. This also took a while to come out. We almost didn't get this game, so glad we did get it. I was going to hold off for the big collector's edition, which came with 4 massive statues, but that soon got ate up. But I'll keep an eye out for it. Yeah, so you play as Fury on this one. I have come across a few little glitches, and there's horrendous load times in it, going from area to area, and that's where some of the glitches kind of happen with enemies spawning either too early or too late and being able to fight them. But nonetheless, I have completed it, and yeah, fantastic game. Put quite a few hours into it. One kind of downside I have to it, and I think it's because of the playstyle they've chose this time, is because you play as the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. In the first 2 games, you do get your horses to ride on and summon at will to go around the maps in the areas. In this one, you don't. You don't get to ride your horse, which it was a bit of a shame, because that was always quite fun on the other Darksiders games, but again, due to the style of gameplay on this one, I guess they just didn't think it fitted and they've took that out. But the basic premise on this one is you're tracking down the 7 deadly sins. So your job, they've been released on Earth, your job is to go find them, take them down, and put them back into kind of containment, if you like. But really interesting story on it as it plays throughout. What else do I have to say about it? Yeah, so the last character that we're waiting on now, or the last game, hopefully, in Darksiders 4 is Strife. And he does make an appearance in this, so we have seen the character model. He looks badass, he has twin guns. So yeah, looking forward to playing that one when and if that finally gets released, hopefully. Anyway, enough Darksiders talk. If you've not played them, go play them. Awesome games. A few more Wii U games. So, Star Fox Zero up at $12.99. Again, got it for half. Never really played a Star Fox game. I know. But I didn't have a 64 or anything back in the day, so I never got to play a Star Fox game. So we'll give that a go. See what it's like. They're building up over there. 8 quid, so I got this for 4 quid, so I thought I may as well pick it up. I do like my Batman games. Batman Arkham Origins, although it's probably the weakest of the titles because it wasn't made by Rocksteady Games? Rockstar Games? Yeah. Get confused. This one was made by a different kind of studio, I believe. Although, it's still good. It does have an interesting story to it. And some good Batman characters as usual. Move that out of the way. So for a few quid, thought I'd pick it up. Same as this one, I've got it on the 360, although I've not started this one yet because I'm halfway through the second one. But for like a couple of quid. Mass Effect 3 Special Edition on the Wii U. So you get to use, obviously, the gamepad for various things, commanding the field and what have you, on that. And that does remind me, actually seeing the map on that reminds me. Going quickly back to Darksiders 3. The only other thing it's missing, which the other two games did have, is a map to know where you are and where you're going and that kind of stuff. The other games always had a map, so you could find collectibles and things like that. This one does not have a map, so it's really kind of awkward at times to know where you are. And obviously, you're always unlocking the Dark Souls games, unlocking shortcuts to get through areas, and it can just get a bit confusing sometimes where you are and where you need to go and which direction you need to be in to get to another certain area. So a map would have been useful. So that was a bit of a shame. But it's still a great game, honestly. Anyway, going back to these. Again, for $2.50, absolute bargains on these two. A game I remember coming across at Blockbuster, but never really played. A few people did mention it. For the 360, this is Naughty Bear. So give this a go. You just play as a teddy bear with Unreal weapons and stuff, and I think you go around hacking up other teddy bears. So yeah, seems interesting. The only bad thing about this one is it had a stick on the manual which has ripped, so I looked for a manual replacement. For a couple of quid, yeah, thought that was worth it. Give that a go. And same as this one, up for a couple of quid. I've never played it. Style of game I don't mind. It's, let's see, Murta, City of Gangsters. Is that how you pronounce it? But yeah, loads of accolades on the front cover of this one. And this one's in great condition. The manual is nice and flat. It's kind of a top-down isometric game, of course. Strategic real-time gameplay. Give you some screenshots if I can get the glare off. But yeah, if you played it, let me know. Is it any good? It's another one I'll get round to playing at some point when I've got through some of these. Right, a couple of charity shop pickups here. These, I think I picked these up on the way to work from somewhere. Can't remember. But yeah, another one for the 360 collection to add in. Yeah, I got this for $1.99. One I've always had my eye on and never really picked up, but it's supposed to be okay. Fracture on the 360. I think on this one you have a gun that deforms and terraforms the terrain, so you can make it go up, down, whatever, that kind of stuff. Just looking now. yeah, earth-shattering power over 12 different weapons with their own terrain-deforming ability. Yeah, could be quite fun. Definitely give it a go. I think it's, looking at it, third-person kind of shooter. Yeah, definitely give that a go. And then another one, which I picked up because I was going to trade it in because I thought it was worth more than it was. Got it for $1.99. I think it only trades in for £2 now. It did have a CX sticker on there, which was like a tenner. That's why I thought, oh, I'll probably get a few quid for this. But I guess the price has come down. It's Terraria on 360. Now, I think I already have this because it was either Games with Gold or something like that. But I've got it. This didn't have a manual and just still have a sticker on there I need to get off. I'm still not sure what to do. Whether just keep it in the collection or just, like I say, get my money back on it. I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a style of a Minecraft 8-bit game, and I guess you build stuff and do things. I've not really played it properly yet. Yeah, still thinking. It's classics. Yeah, this is the thing. It is a classics case, but it hasn't got a classics disc. It's got a normal disc in there, so I don't know. I might just chop it in or try and get some money back on that. Anyway, then where are we? This was, yeah, okay, so this was a trip over to kind of city that's close by, but we had to go over because the miss had to take a car for the MOT and stuff, so we nipped into town to have a look. So all these were from there, but from different shops. We've got charity shops, game, and all kinds of stuff. So they're all PS3 games as well. We only found PS3 stuff, so we'll do game first. So got this for £1. Motorstorm on PS3. It's supposed to be quite good. Yes, racing game, which I'm not a fan of, but it has got a load of different kind of vehicles from motocross bikes, ATVs, buggies, rally cars, trucks, mud pluggers, and big rigs. So I don't know, a bit of fun on that. I know there's quite a few Motorstorm games, so I'll probably keep an eye out for them. For £1, why not? The game picked up just because it was 50p, just to have another go on and get some trophies on. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Didn't mind these ones. The first two I didn't mind playing, but then they just started to get silly and stupid and repetitive. And another game, one I don't think many people talk about or know about. I have got it on 360 and finished it, so I'm going to go through it again on PS3. And for 50p, if you come across this 50p, pick it up. It's a good game, 50p. Dark Void. So you play as a guy who acquires kind of a jetpack thing. So there's a lot of vertical and third-person shooter kind of one of the words I'm trying to get out on. So you can stick to like ceilings and walls to take on combat, obviously, as well as flying around using your boosters and that kind of stuff to take on these aliens that you're fighting. First fully 3D action shooter, it says on it. Gravity-defying vertical combat. It's probably the word I was trying to get at. And it's from Capcom, so you know it's going to be good. So definitely worth checking out. I remember it being a lot of fun. Just flying around, like I say, sticking to walls and ceilings and what have you, and taking down the aliens and the bad guys. For 50p, definitely worth picking up if you come across that. Then we have, they were from a charity shop. Yeah, this one was from, I can't remember what it was, from a store, forgetting the name of it, but kind of like an independent trading store, which deals in all kinds of stuff, but they do have games in there. And came across this one, which I'd not heard of or seen before, so picked it up. It was £7. Ratchet and Clank Nexus. So trying to pick up all the Ratchet and Clank games at the minute, because again, it's something I never got to play. So we're going to go around and get them, and that's something that will bring me on to the next one. Is we found these in a charity shop. The other two I got, so the one I've already got is A Crack in Time. So we've got Tools of Destruction, Ratchet and Clank. This was $2.99. This one doesn't have the main manual, just the slips of paper, so I need to pick up a manual for that. But I think this is most of the Ratchet and Clank games now on the PS3. If I missed one, let me know. This is Ratchet and Clank Quest for Booty, a mini adventure on that one. And that was also $2.99. They were charity shop pickups. And again, this was from the same charity shop, $2.99. Again, just to use another game to have used with the PlayStation Move and camera. It's called The Shoot. So, like a light gun kind of game, really. It says you can use the light gun peripheral on there. And by the looks of it, you're kind of maybe making a movie or something. And you go through different styles and genres of stuff on it. It's got westerns, horror, robots, and I guess some kind of police cop thing. So I guess you're making a movie and you're going through and shooting stuff. So always fun. Do like my light gun games and that kind of stuff. But that is all the games. Finally, we got there. All the games. A couple of miscellaneous bits to finish up on the end. Can't remember which game these were from, but got these from a game when they were still £10 each. Buy one, get one free. So a £5 each. I believe that deal's now finished. So hopefully you guys that do collect or wanted some of these managed to pick some up. And I've got about a minute left on this recording, so I think I'm just going to quick jump cut and restart the camera. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think that deal is now finished. They're now, I think, $8.99 each. And the deal for buy one, get one free is now finished. So, glad I picked these up while that deal was still on. Two more to Taku. We've got number 9, Evan from Nino Kuni 2. Keep that glare off. So, not a bad statue. And, again, all the bio on the back. Just pop them up there. And the other one, which was pretty much the last one, I've waited now until the new one comes out, which I think it now has, which is the Dark Souls one. But this is number 5, the Hunter from Bloodborne. And this is the one where it's facing forward. For those that do collect and whatever, there is only the Bloodborne one, where the Hunter's actually facing backwards in the box. And it's supposed to be quite rare, maybe like a chase version, people selling it for stupid money. I have come across a couple, but the boxes on both of them were absolutely smashed to bits. And there's no point having something like that when the box is battered, because then the value is just nothing anyway. I weren't too fussed. Found one facing front in good condition, so just have it in there. Like I say, these will probably be opened anyway at some point. So I'm not too fussed. If I do come across one where it's facing back, keep it in the box and get another deal. Maybe with that Dark Souls one, I might do. We'll see. But I'm not too fussed about it at the minute. Anyway, the other few bits we got were a couple of bits. All these are from charity shop. This is from the one I got going to work. Pretty good condition actually. It's a game guide. And I think it's kind of a limited edition one. Okay, it's a collector's edition one. It says on the side. It's in a nice, kind of leather book. It's from the Dragon Age 2 game. Got this for $1.99. So, yeah, quite a nice collector's guide. It's quite thick as well for a collector's guide. Really nice edition. Like I say, it's like a collector's edition. But, as you expect with a guide, it's got all the maps, everything there, bits about characters. Even some nice artwork at the back. So, happy to get that. I'm not sure if it was supposed to have some kind of slip cover or something. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So, if you have it, let me know if it's missing that. It only has a couple of little dinks at the bottom where it's been on the shelf or whatever. But yeah, pretty good condition otherwise. So that'll be going with the rest of my guides. And then a couple of miscellaneous bits, not really game related, but picked them up anyway, so thought I'd show you. For 50p, I've got X-Files Season 10 Volume 1, kind of a graphic novel. Do like the X-Files from back in the day. But yeah, kind of, obviously, graphic novel style. X-Files, which is based on a few different comics put into one book, so happy to have that. And the other one we got, this is 150. It's Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Again, kind of a bunch of comics all put into one book to have that kind of story as one package. And these were both kind of the first edition, if you like, of it, the first set. So the stories from the beginning, that's what I'm trying to say. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I do like my Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought they were some of the better Marvel movies that come out. I've never really collected comics, and really only been getting into superheroes and kind of Marvel since these movies have started. So just kind of learning a bit more of the lore and stuff from it. Like I say, I really like my Guardians, so yeah, gonna give that a go. 150, not too bad. There we are, guys. Pickups for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Jeez, made me need a drink now. Hope you enjoyed. Hit us a like if you have. Comments down in the comment box. What were your favourite games, pickups, anything I missed or missing from some of these? Like I say, the manuals and slipcover on that book. Really enjoy chatting to you guys in the comments. So yeah, anything you want to add, pop them down there. And hopefully we'll see you next week for that Doncaster video, if I do get around to making some footage and getting some pickups, which we probably will. And yeah, take care guys, and we'll see you in the next one.